Hello guys, welcome to Alive TV, and this is Complete Sports on Alive TV. My name is Michael Obasi. We'll be talking sports and we shall be talking football on the show today. And I'm not alone to talk football today. I have a special guest with me that will be discussing football as it stands right now with all going on in Nigerian football. So much is going on. The elections into the board of the Nigerian Football Federation is fast approaching, and so much permutation, combination is going on, so much alignment and realignment is going on from stakeholders, from participants and aspirants in this election. And it promises to be one of the very most exciting elections we've seen in years of Nigerian football. Joining me to talk football today is one of those individuals that want to add Nigerian football to succeed Amaju Pinika come September 30th in the ancient city of Benin. He's the FCT FA chairman, and he's one of the aspirants that want to contest in this much talk about election. His name is Abba Mukhtar. Nice to have you on Alive TV today.
Thank you, Abasi. I'm very honored to be and privileged to be on your show.
Thank you so much. Men that don't know Abba Mukhtar is one of those silent FA chairmen who have been doing his job behind the scene. A lot of activities going on in the FCT. But again, one of those FA chairmen that have been in sport for so many years in terms of grassroots development, talent development, and he's here to tell us all about that. You're contesting the NFF presidency, not even the board membership, but the president. Where did all of this come from?
I don't look presidential.
You look presidential, but
that was a joke. You know me and you go way back.
Yes.
Well, thank you first for having me, Obasi, and I must say a big thank you. You've been a big supporter of my journey, and you know where I started from and the promises I made. And I think most importantly, I would say all the promises have been kept, which is a rare thing because people are used to people coming and saying things and they never fulfill them. But in our case, we were lucky. We came on with a plan, a vision, and were able to do fairly well in the FCT to get football back on its feet. And along the way, we've seen how Nigerian football has dwindled, has gone down. It's a sorry state for anybody who's passionate about football to see the level we are now in terms of ranking, the ranking of our leagues, grassroots development. The players are not coming through. We're now having to fill the Super Eagles with foreign players, not homegrown players, so to speak. Nigerian players with Nigerian descent, but grown abroad. So I think there's a problem. There are fundamental problems right from the grassroots, from the foundation of football. And I think why I want to aspire for this position is because I think I have a lot to contribute because of my knowledge. I'm all-rounded, and I have garnered experience over the last 20 years or more in the football side, the business side of football, and now the administrative. So I think I am very prepared. It's a difficult task. Anybody taking the NFF job should not even think it's going to be easy. It's going to be a very difficult sacrifice if at all you are there to do the right job.
I'm talking about the NFF job. We've seen about 11 aspirants. They've been cleared to contest. In fact, we've never seen this. We've never had this so we never had this kind of number we have this time around. You're one of those cleared. It tells us that the battle is going to be stiff. Campaigning ongoing. In terms of those that will vote on the 30th of September, how far have you gone with them to let them know how much you want to be the NFF president and selling your vision to them, and how much are they buying into it?
Well, you know, over the years, a lot of people have seen that the way Nigerian football has gone down, and a lot of stakeholders, people that have given their life to football, ex-internationals, ex-referees, ex-administrators, they've all feel the need to come and contribute. I think the bigger the better. So we have a bigger pool of contestants, aspirants who feel they can contribute to Nigerian football, which is good. So we're going to come out and everybody is going to talk about his programs, his plans, his aspirations. But importantly, Obasi, what Nigerians need to look out for is, what have you done? Not you promising what you're going to do. What is your pedigree? What have you laid foundations, even if it's at the basic level of your community, programs that have worked and done the right positive contribution to players, to referees, to coaches, to the game, to facilities. What have you contributed? So that should be where the focus is. Of course, the delegates that would vote are 44, which is 37 FA chairmen of the states, and FCT included 37, and then you have the 4 leagues, and then you have the 3 professional bodies, which is the referee, the players union, and the coaches union. So it's a small pack and well diverse, and a lot of the delegates that will vote have been there for a number of years. They've seen many regimes, so I think they're experienced enough to know where we are. Like in certain places that I've spoken, I've told them we're at a crossroad, that we must take the right decision now, or else our football will be in a very bad state going forward, because we're not going to the World Cup, we do well at the AFCON, and people talk about sponsorship and things. That I said, our results and performances and successes are tied to sponsorship and you getting all the support you need from even government. If say we had gone to Qatar, Obasi, and maybe ended up in the semi-finals, what do you think would happen? The euphoria. Nigerians would be ecstatic and happy, and then you would see a huge influx in sponsorship. Our players will move to bigger clubs. So it's a multiplier effect from the business side of football.
I'm talking about the delegates. Many have argued, in fact, I've said the delegates this time around, the congressmen who will be voting, they're like the delegates we see in politics, because we have a huge number of aspirants going for the post of president this time around, and they'll be smiling to the bank. And some have questioned the FA chairman in terms of the kind of mindset they have for those that should run Nigerian football. That it's all about cash and carry. Is the delegate, is the aspirant that bring the biggest money that they might just vote for, not competent. You are an FA chairman of FCT. From your discussion with this FA chairman, are they having a paradigm shift this time around?
So I'm a new FA chairman, so I'm just 3 years. I've never been to a congress, an election congress, so I don't know how the past congresses have worked. So, but I think I have told them many times that, what have you done in your state for football? And we should remember, Obasi, we're holding this in trust for 200 million people. Today we're here as FA chairman, tomorrow we're not. But posterity will judge us. People, Nigerians will remember us because we're elected to do a job. You know, it is not, Nigerians are not at the mercy of us. No, we are there elected to represent the people of our constituents, and we must do the right thing, which is what? Football is the biggest unifier of Nigerians. It brings us together. That is the game we love the most. It is the number one sport. It is what takes our mind. We love to relax and enjoy it. We follow it religiously. So it's something that we must realize, that we're at a critical stage in the football development of our nation, of our country, that we must do the right job, which is what? We must go deep, soul search, and take the right decision of who is the right person, who has the right qualities to lead, not with sentiments. Like people ask me, oh, you're a northern candidate. I said, no, I'm a Nigerian. I don't consider myself, my state, my region, or my religion, or my creed, or I don't consider. Sports has nothing to do with that. So when people say zoning, I don't believe in zoning. You know, it should be an open contest. Everybody should be allowed to contest, and may the best man take it. But we should take the right decisions in terms of where we find ourselves and who is equipped to do the right job.
And before I allow you go, The elections in Benin. One of the things that is very paramount to Nigerians is an FA chairman, an NFF president that can understand the thin line between government interference and the FIFA laws. There's a 10-year master plan that has been approved by Mr. President for Nigerian football to expand the Congress of the Nigerian Football Federation, like what we've seen in other clans, like Ghana that is just close by, and also a short, medium, and long-term plan for Nigerian football. Because one of the biggest problems many will say has been affecting our football is the issue of equity, governance structure, democratization. What is your take on the 10-year master plan?
So I must commend the federal government for their support to sports, particularly football. Football over the 7 years, we're told, has received at least 15 billion, which is a huge support. That's financially, but even morally, Mr. President has been there for the national team to support, to follow, to ensure, and they've had that support. And if you look at it, there's Nigeria before the NFF. And NFF, don't forget, is an entity under the federal government. It's a parastatal under the Federal Ministry of Sports. The headquarters of the NFF is government owned, the stadiums are government owned, and the flag is a Nigerian flag that we carry, the badge, so even the name is Nigeria, it's federal government. So you cannot separate, and the laws of football cannot be above federal government laws or a constitution. So I feel that what government is looking for, Obasi, is the right person to come into the NFF to make it sustainable so that it is not 100% reliant on government, to make it work, to even get a profit, but also to understand the dynamics of living in harmony. And there's just no way somebody will come and antagonize or think that he can be an island in a country and not follow the due. So what the Honourable Minister has done is a great foundation for Nigerian football. The 10-year master plan has a perfect committee that is drawn from all walks of life, that thorough professionals that are giving their all to Nigerian football, come together to put a document that will help lay down the roadmap. It's a blueprint document that has looked at all the segments of football development and has made recommendations. So the ideal NFF president is somebody who will come and look at that document and do justice to it, to try and implement it. Because I think that's what has been missing in terms of having a document that would guide everybody, so that right from the top, which is government, to the NFF, to the state FAs, to even the local government FAs and the community FAs, will have a document that will guide them through development of football. And why don't we have a sports tax, like how you have the education tax fund, that would give rebates or waivers or tax relief to corporates to sponsor facilities or programs or leagues. And you see that in a lot of countries where there's that encouragement. So it is all this coming together with government that we can get the results.
Finally, from me, if on the 30th of September in Benin, Mukhtar becomes the NFF president, what should Nigerians hold for 4 years? What are those tangible, realistic goals that we should hold you for?
So, I think clearly, I've always said it, football has developed into a highly scientific and technologically driven sport, where we've seen the highest level of data analytics, scientific development and progression, and in diet, in training, in rehabilitation, in injury prevention, in game reading, so on and so forth. So it's really scientific and advanced, but what we need in Nigeria is the basics, which we don't have. So I have said it over and over again that the Super Eagles don't have a proper home, a national training center, which I think we should have. So we call that edifice our home. The Super Eagles, the Super Falcons, the junior national teams need to be re-energized for success, because that is the main brand, that is the main product that we need to drive to attract partners and sponsors and to make Nigerians happy. So first, I want to make Nigerians happy by seeing the results. Then how do we get there? We need to develop more players. So we need to have zonal centers that will put together young talents, scout them, screen them, put them on a national database, and you can use the ex-internationals to do a lot of these jobs on a retainer, and you keep them busy. Then we have a huge database of players so that we can draw from this pool and continue to develop and push them up. Because without the success of the national teams, we can't go anywhere. Then, of course, I want to rework the league to ensure that the league is properly put on a solid foundation. Because without the league, then you don't keep the huge population of Nigerians, football lovers, busy and happy. So you need to make those facilities, those stadiums conducive for families to go to, for them to have all the necessary security and ensure the refereeing is properly done in a fair way, their remuneration, their protection, their selection, their recruitment. Because now, Obasi, in England, refereeing selection of refereeing is being done by computers based on your performance. You're tracked, then that computer looks at all the other variables to select where you should go, where you shouldn't go, because of why, what, why, and there's no human intervention. But here we have a problem there. So these are fundamental issues that are basic that we need to fix, and then all the other glossy things or other bigger things that we want to copy from Germany, England, then we can begin to put those finishing touches. Of course, my ultimate dream is for Nigeria to win the World Cup, but how do we do it? That should be a 10-year plan, and then we work towards it. We put a crack team to look at it. So even if we try, but we don't get there, but then Nigerians see 10 new super talents that we've produced out of that dream, they'll be happy and they'll be glad. So you'd have achieved a lot in terms of that. Lastly, I think every Nigerian wants a sense of belonging. I think the Nigerian in Ikot Abasi wants to see the NFF doing a program touching him, to the Nigerian in Kebbi, to the Nigerian in Borno, to the Nigerian in Enugu or Lagos. So every Nigerian wants to have a sense of belonging, an opportunity, so that you don't have to know somebody or have that long leg for you to be able to go into the national team, to be a referee, to be a coach, to be an administrator. So I think we need to really make it a unifier, and it needs to be a deliberate effort, whereby schools see the impact of football. They begin to love the sports right from at a young age in schools, and then we build it up and encourage more building of facilities in community as a project at community levels. So I think it's a holistic thing that you need to give everybody a sense of belonging to bring the country together.
Wow. So educating there. If I listen to the voice of Abba Mukhtar, wish you the very best of luck.
Thank you.
In the election coming up in Benin.
Thank you.
And after the election, hopefully, we'll have you back on a live TV.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
That has been Abba Mukhtar, the FCT chairman, and one of the aspirants that want to become the next president of the Nigeria Football Federation. It has been Complete Sports on a live TV. These are all the curtains on the show today. We'll be back next time. Have a lovely day. Bye for now.